Thanks for joining us, guys. Questions for our student athletes? We'll start with Justin.
Luke, you got a chance to return punts last week. What was it like just getting involved in that, and how did you feel out there?
Yeah, for sure. I felt very comfortable back there. I've returned a lot of punts in my college career and in high school, so it was fun. I look forward to being back there and just knowing that the other 10 guys on the field got my back, so it feels good out there.
Michael and Troy.
How would you assess, Luke, how the pass offense is coming along at this point? It's been a little bit up and down, some inconsistencies, but obviously trending in the right direction after the last game.
Yeah, for sure. I think that we come every week and we work so hard all week during practice, and we work so hard on our scheme, game plan, everything like that. There's so many hours that are put into this, and just being able to see how it all came together, and on Saturday, all of us clicking, hitting on all cylinders, Noah playing really good, and it was good just knowing that, Noah had our back, we had his back, and really just offense and the whole team really just going out there and just playing for one another. It was nice.
Troy and Ryan.
Riley, the conversation in between the 2 weeks, the Iowa State, Oklahoma State, obviously you guys were able to bounce back, but just your thoughts on the performance to bounce back after the Iowa State game.
I just think it just sticks out to what our standard is. Here, red line, accountability, and just us responding to that adversity. Iowa State was definitely a setback, but our response was resilient, and we showed the type of team we can be. I still don't think we've played our greatest game on all three phases, so I think there's a tremendous opportunity for us to show that this week, and we're excited for it.
Brian and Justin.
Riley, what can you tell us about what caused you to miss time during camp and during the season?
Just some mental stuff that I was dealing with. That's just it.
And so how did that impact you as far as being able to get up to speed? Did you kind of have to start over once the season began, maybe?
Just getting some extra meeting time with the coaches and stuff. I was plugged in the whole time, so it wasn't really like I took a step back. So just getting extra meeting time and just staying on top of the schematics and stuff. So whenever my opportunity was called and for me to get in the game, I can make an impact.
Yeah, and considering the number of linebackers that there have been, it seems like there is a big rotation going on. So how do you keep yourself fresh when you're not necessarily always going to be on the field?
No doubt. I feel like our linebacker room has a lot of depth, and we have a lot of guys who can play different positions, and it's super exciting. And for us, it's just whenever your opportunity called, just support that guy who's in and just pay attention and get the call and know your job and know how to do it.
Justin and David.
For what you can share regarding the mental stuff, what was it like going through that, and how did you get to a point where you're comfortable to get back out on the field?
It was difficult, but I'm a firm believer in my faith in God, and whenever you're hurt, you get to see the game from a different perspective. He taught me a lot about patience and just staying patient throughout the process of seeing the game from the sideline. You get to learn a lot. You get to learn about schematics, different parts of the game, schematically through the secondary, schematically about front. So yeah, it was definitely hard, but I grew a lot from it and my faith in God and just trusting the process.
And then just the linebacker group as a whole, just the different looks that you guys can put out there. What do you think about the versatility that you guys have?
I think it's awesome. I think our group is so diverse. We have a great coach, Danny Gonzalez, love him. Coach Bringell, love him. And we just got a group of guys that are willing to go out there, play fast, play physical. And I'm excited and blessed to just be part of this group.
David and then Michael.
Riley, just what's cool about when you go down the stat sheet and there's just so many different guys with negative plays on this team. I mean, even guys that, coming in second and third string like Jonah Price and Okunde and Sulepa, who, when they get their opportunities, they're adding to that negative play chart.
Yeah, like I said, this defense is deep, and a lot of guys are hungry. And once they get their opportunity, they're going to seize that, and they're going to use it to the best of their ability. So it doesn't matter if you're 1, 2, or 3. Once our guys get in, they're going to go make a play.
And for Luke, just the one punt return where you kind of let it roll a little bit and then picked it up to make a play on it. Just walk me through what you're looking for there, the right opportunity. Were you looking for the bounce? If you don't get that bounce, you're just going to let it go. How do you play those balls?
Yeah, well, I know that from kind of like experience on punt return that like if the ball hits the other team, it's kind of like a free play. So like you could kind of not like do whatever, but like you can make a mistake and still have the ball. So I knew that in the back of my head, but I like to play aggressive back there, and that's kind of how I've always been. So I was going to pick the ball up regardless, honestly. But yeah, that's just kind of like my play style back there, and I kind of have always been that way. So
Michael and Troy.
One for each. Luke, you had that touchdown, kind of a crazy play with Noah keeping it alive and running around. Can you just walk us through that entire sequence?
yeah, well, first off, that was a crazy play by Noah. That was insane. I didn't really like realize how crazy it was until like I watched it back and I was like, dang, Noah was going crazy back there. But yeah, I was back there. I kind of like me and Gio had kind of collided mid play, but I was just trying to find the open grass, and I'm just thankful that Noah was able to just get the ball off to me. So it ended up being a good play.
Sure. And then for Riley, obviously not asking you to give away the game plan this week, but you're facing a really good, balanced offense with a freshman quarterback who's performed really well on any stage. What are your kind of expectations, heading into that matchup?
I think just sticking to what our coaches set the standard of red line, just knowing our job, knowing how to do it, all 11 guys to the ball in a bad humor, and just us just executing just what we know and what we can control.
Troy and then Jason.
Just your thoughts on Myron Robinson being able to get out on the field and have his first career sack against Oklahoma.
Yeah, tremendous. I think the threshold for Myron's just going to be through the roof. He's a fellow Texas guy, so I have high standards and high expectations for guys from Texas in the linebacker room. And I think he's going to be a tremendous player. I'm so excited for him just to get his chance. And like I said, we have a lot of guys who can play. And for him to go in there and have that type of play, you got to see his speed and his aggression. So I'm super happy for him to just get an opportunity and for Coach Brunell to throw a freshman in there and get some real game reps. And I think he's going to have a bright future here at the University of Arizona.
Jason and Brian.
Luke, what have you seen from the younger receivers like Gio and Isaiah?
Yeah, for sure. Gio and Mizell, I love those kids. Those kids come to work every single day, and I think that being able to have them in our room has been such a huge help, and it's been helping us like older guys kind of like teach our ways to them, which like helps us know like what to do better in certain situations. And I think both of them are going to be huge, tremendous players here at the University of Arizona, and I'm so excited for both of them in their future. And they're both two of my really good friends. I really love and enjoy being around both of those kids a lot.
Brian and Justin.
Luke, with the amount of depth that you guys have in the receiving room, and that's a lot of snaps to go around and a lot of targets to go around, so no one's getting a lot of them. How do you keep yourself invested when you may not be in there all the time?
Yeah, for sure. We have a super deep receiver room, and we have so many guys that are like so good at so many like different things, and we all have our own skill set, and we all do things like our own kind of way and have our own certain style and stuff like that. So really just for all of us, just whenever our opportunities come, we just all have to be ready for that. And it's not just me, it's really all the guys in the room. And I think that we all do a very good job of that, and just being able to maximize our opportunity. And Coach Bobby talks a lot about quality over quantity. So just whenever you're in there, no matter like what you're doing, just make the most out of it, and you never know when your opportunity is going to come.
I'll ask Toby, Justin, and Dave.
So Luke, considering you were his teammate at New Mexico, what do you think about Bill Krosky-Merritt and what he's been able to do as a rookie?
Yeah, Bill is like a one-of-one guy. From the very second that I met him at New Mexico, I knew like this kid was different. And something like about like how he like carries himself and his attitude, like even before I saw him on the field, I was like, I just know this kid's special. And then whenever I saw him that first practice at New Mexico, I was like, yeah, this kid's got such a bright future. And he comes to work every single day, and he tries to bring everyone along with him. He's not a selfish person at all, and he supports his teammates. He's super happy for everyone else's success. So I'm so happy just to see him doing what he's doing. I know his backstory and his upbringing, so I'm super happy for that kid.
And then Riley, you guys are the only team in college football to not allow a passing touchdown this season. What do you think about that? And what do you think about just the job that the secondary has done this season?
Yeah, I call Genesis, Stukes, and Dalt the three-headed monster just because of their mentality off the field, getting the extra, the in-between, and just the unrequired. Their work is displayed, and that's no surprise to me. Those guys work their tails off. They work so hard. They're a prime example of what it means to be Redline, and that's no surprise to me. I think that says a lot about our staff as well, with Coach Gonzalez putting them in the right position, and with just Coach Bringell, Coach Ars, just all those coaches just dialing up schematically and putting their players in the right position to make those plays. So we're going to keep that going.
We'll finish up with Dave.
Riley, you mentioned obviously Myron's from Texas. I mean, you're from Texas, Dalton, Max. I mean, what is the mentality that you guys bring to defensive play football?
Texas football is just different. It's like a religion. And I think just growing up in Texas and being in that type of culture of football, you're bred with a different mentality. You treat football as your way of life, and it's just how you eat, sleep, and breathe. It's just all football. So I think all those guys just they resemble that. They wake up every day and they're thankful to play the game, and they love doing it.
And Luke, I believe there was a report during the broadcast that it might have been you and Chris went to Seth and said that you guys didn't feel like you did enough for Noah in the Iowa State game. Was there truth to that? How did that conversation go, and what was the point you guys were trying to make there?
Yeah, for sure. It's just everyone taking accountability. Like I was saying earlier, we're like one unit. We're a team, and we all play for each other. So whenever something like that in the Iowa State game where we didn't come up with a win, even like whenever we do win, we're all looking at ourselves in the mirror and really critiquing ourselves on what we can do better, what we can fix. And it was good just to know that all of us have each other's backs. Like I was saying, I have Coach Deggy's back, he has our back, the O-line has our receivers' backs. Everyone just has each other, and we like to play for one another. And I think that's just a great example of Redline and what this whole thing's about.
And you mentioned the critiquing, and I don't know if you guys grade just your routes, but it seemed like the routes were better on Saturday. Were they better? Was it just the defense was different, maybe not as good as what we saw at Iowa State? How did you guys just look at the grading of the routes and the way you ran them in that game?
Yeah, I think it's just coming down just to trusting our technique and just going through all week and just being very detailed in practice. You're going to play how you practice throughout the week, and just if we're taking Coach Bob's points from what he's telling us and just little things here and there, it all comes and it all shows on game day. So it was just taking the practice field to the game field.
Thank you, guys.
Wait, hold on. I want to make sure you guys get this too. We're super supportive and appreciative for the fans that came out last week. That was a hot environment for sure. And the fans that did come and stuck out, we love you guys, and we're just so thankful for you guys just coming out and supporting us. Another thing too with this opponent that's coming in, Zona Zoo, we need you guys there. We need you guys loud. But most importantly, we need you guys to be respectful and just mind for that opponent. And that's all.
Great. Thank you, guys.
Sweet, thank you.